Great, in the previous lecture you saw how to create a string, and in this lecture we're going to cover numbers. I'm going to clear the Python console. You can do that using Ctrl L, so that will work on Linux. If you are on Windows, it may not work, so it works on Python anywhere. Numbers are simply created like that. But there are two main types of numbers. For example, if you do type for A, you'll see that this is an integer. You can similarly do type 100. This is also an integer. So integers are whole numbers. Even minus 100 is an integer. So every number like minus 10, 0, 1, 2, 10, 100 and so on are integers in Python. You can try 0. And you also have floats, which basically are decimal point numbers, like that. And so on. Now, in the previous lecture, I showed you that 100 plus 100, each quoted as a string, it gives you this number. But if you use them without quotes, Python will treat them as numbers. So when to use a float and when to use an integer? Well, most of the time for mathematical operations, when you're interested in doing mathematical operations, you're going to use floats. But sometimes, for example, in this case, we have some pin codes. In this case, we're not interested about decimal points, so it's fine just to use integers. And by the way, it's also possible to convert between different data types. And we're going to cover that in the next lecture, which is about functions. So we use functions to convert different data types from one data type to another data type. See you in the next lecture.